Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the WMU Cooley Law Library Minute. In this series, we'll be talking about various study aids and secondary sources that can assist you with your academic success. In today's video, we'll be talking about bar prep multiple choice questions, well, both for the bar and other professional level exams. Now, you might recall we've already talked about law school multiple choice questions, but as I mentioned in that video, the professional exam question resources range a little bit further and deserve their own video. Pretty much every company with any sort of bar preparation publication or program will sell a multiple choice book for the bar, since, as you've probably heard by now, practice bar exam questions are a core part of preparation, and the demand for more is basically inexhaustible. Shown here are a couple examples from WMU Cooley Law: Emmanuel's Strategies and Tactics series, and the Regos Primer series. They're pretty representative of this sort of resource as a whole, so you shouldn't assume these are especially better than any other series just because I'm bringing them up. As with subject-specific multiple choice questions, more is always better, and you gain nothing by being picky. Further underscoring the idea that you have nothing to gain from being picky is the fact that every series out there is structurally identical in every way that matters. A multiple choice MBE practice book will always start with a brief description of the MBE itself, general format, the number of questions, grading, and so forth, and then divide itself into sections for each of the MBE subjects. Each of those subjects will kick off with a brief outline of the material tested in that subject and several hundred multiple choice questions. There's rarely any actual legal discussion beyond what's necessary to explain the correct answers, since the intended market for these books is new law grads preparing for the bar who are assumed to be taking a commercial bar prep course at the same time, as should you. Similarly, these won't have any essay questions, since the MBE portion of the bar is all multiple choice, and essay questions deal with state law. This can make it difficult to recommend MBE multiple choice titles for general practice on the subjects while you're still taking these classes, as well as the fact that they don't really break the broad subjects down into topic groupings. So you won't be able to zero in on a specific topic the way that you would with a law school multiple choice book. Still, I think these books can be useful for a week 14 crunch before your exam, when you've already covered all of the material that you'll be going through, and you want to see it jumbled up in a way that you won't see in one of the law school's Q&A books. Just remember that these titles are not going to help you with the essay portion of your exam, since again, there are no essays on the MBE or in the MBE portion of the bar. While individual state essay question guides by independent authors do exist, the fact that the state boards of bar examiners release their essay questions every year means the most common form of state bar exam essay resource will just be compilations of those questions, often by law schools or commercial bar prep courses for internal use. After all, why reinvent the wheel? Why develop new essay questions when you just have the ones that the bar has already used? The WMU Cooley Library's reserve collections include Michigan essay questions dating back to 1990. If you attend a school other than Cooley, please check with your law school librarians or electronic catalog to see what, if anything, your school has on offer. Before we wrap up our discussion today, I want to mention in passing the MPRE, the Professional Responsibility Exam. It is in a sense just like any other standardized professional exam that lawyers or anyone else might encounter, and so bar prep courses like Barbary and Kaplan do provide MPRE resources. However, I think that those are a little bit less important than the bar exam titles, simply because professional responsibility, when taught as a required course in law school, really more than any other law school course out there at basically any law school you might attend, teaches entirely to the MPRE. So everything published in support of professional responsibility courses really can serve as an MPRE prep guide. This isn't to say that you might not find any value in the MPRE study guides produced by Kaplan or PMBR or anything like that, but you really shouldn't stress about it too much. As a general matter, I'm going to go out on a limb and say your basic professional responsibility study aids available in the library should be fine for that purpose. As always, if you have any questions about this stuff, please come down and speak to a reference librarian. We are more than happy to assist you. This concludes our video for the day. Thank you for your attention, and be sure to check back next week.